Hey, nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
26. 319.
They'll run it here. This is James White. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Check safety. Box it. 319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. They find some open field here. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. It was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
No, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
Come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick-6. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nigel Bradham coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Zoom.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
check 26. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Blue 58 and on it.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Murphy. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. The tackle made by Derek Rivers.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
A little more room here on 2nd and 6 from the 6.
81. Go. 120.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The secondary, Charles, much maligned during the week. They didn't have their best game in the loss last week, but a nice play there.
Yeah, and I just know what they went through last week. I mean, ever since that time, their pride was hurt. They kept getting reminded of it in the local media, had to watch it on tape, and you know the coaches just got after them. They came in ready to play.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Tyson. Check. Here we go. 280.
This is Howard on 2nd down. Howard has the first down and then some. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
Go. There we go. Back. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Come on now, Augie. Come on now. Let's go. Tyson.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Gray 15. Gray 15. Gray 15. Gray 15. Check.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And give him a gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
319! 319! 319!
Rodgers now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers rolling to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
That's fine.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Zoom. Jumbo!
Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken at the 37. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. And out now come the Eagles. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Liz. Hey, stat. Here we go. Blue 80! 82! Here, sit.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
You got 4.
Run.
Check.
A give to Howard. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, we got 57.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Great.
They'll come out in the pistol. On 3rd down. That's Patterson. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Boom! Yeah, baby!
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic. I know he ain't got it.
They pitch out to Howard, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Check. 3 down.
They get it to him running left. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
On 3rd and goal, Howard. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Elliott puts this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Green 18. Green 19.
Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh?
Zoom.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. On the slant, he gets it to Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down. Check on right. Hey, 58 is a Mike.
On 1st down, Rodgers. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Murphy. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 24. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed-out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same.
Looks for White, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
We'll see if they can do it here. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Go to 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Hey, stash. 81. 51. Lefty. 51's the mic. Rap. Let's go. Liz. 81. Check nickel. 81. Hey, stash.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. This is caught at the 20. And he's got this way down inside of New England's 10-yard line. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. 45 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Hey.
Lefty, lefty.
4 down. Shift.
Black, come on.
Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Great 15.
Mike 56. Mike
Great.
56.
Ron.
To throw, it's Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
On 3rd down, this is Howard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles continue to roll. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They stay on the ground with White. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Tight right.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Check 88.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. It's Murphy. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Quick hitch, complete. It's Murphy. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
New England on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down, 4 down. Hey.
And again, it's Rodgers. This is White on the screen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right. They weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
I'm bringing it to you. Hey, Stash.
Check 521.
Run.
Check curl.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo! Mike.
Wentz now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Murphy. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. He completes it to Bryant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
That's fine. Yeah.
Man left. Even. 4 down. Even. Showing 8.
Box it.
Let's go.
Gun.
Mike
50.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nigel Bradham in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. On play action, Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Wide left. 4 down.
Now it's Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Jumbo! Gun. Over. Let's go, Mike 50. 319
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Jumbo!
Alert!
Zoom.
Mike's 50, Mike.
399.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, ram.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
You're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Wentz to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down.
Callie, strong left, Callie.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
New England on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
We got 4 down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Murphy. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another 1st down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Hey, check, black 21.
Black.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. The 30. 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
There's pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. On the slant, he gets it to Gronkowski.